Let's continue reading Matthew chapter 14. John the Baptist beheaded. At that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard the reports about Jesus, and he said to his attendants, "This is John the Baptist. He has risen from the dead. That is why miraculous powers are at work in him." Now Herod had arrested John and bound him and put him in prison because of Herodias, his brother Philip's wife. For John had been saying to him, "It is not lawful for you to have her." Herod wanted to kill John, but he was afraid of the people because they considered him a prophet. On Herod's birthday, the daughter of Herodias danced for them and pleased Herod so much that he promised with an oath to give her whatever she asked. Prompted by her mother, she said, "Give me here on a platter the head of John the Baptist." The king was distressed, but because of his oaths and his dinner guests, he ordered that her request be granted and had John beheaded in the prison. His head was brought in on a platter and given to the girl, who carried it to her mother. John's disciples came and took his body and buried it. Then they went and told Jesus. Ooh, I don't even want to know what's in store for these, but listen to what. Here's this person that didn't want to accept the fact that he was completely in the wrong, right? So much so, but understood that he was in the wrong. I know, right? He didn't want to accept that he was wrong, but he understood that he was in the wrong. Isn't that interesting? Sounds familiar? Let me go over this. At that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard the reports about Jesus, and he said to his attendants, "This is John the Baptist. He has risen from the dead. That is why miraculous powers are at work in him." Now Herod had arrested John and bound him and put him in prison because of Herodias, his brother Philip's wife. For John had been saying to him, "It is not lawful for you to have her." Herod wanted to kill John, but he was afraid of the people because they considered him a prophet. So he had taken someone else's wife and was in relation with her and knew that it was wrong. He also knew that John was a man of God, a prophet, and he had him bound and in prison because he didn't like what John said, but he was fearful to kill him because he knew that the people considered him a prophet, and deep down inside, I'm pretty sure Herod did too. He knew that John the Baptist was very truthful and very wise. And so it was that fighting against oneself, accepting or not accepting, putting it off, bounding it up, imprisoning it. I'm going to go away with this because this is sermon upon sermon. Bringing past to present. Do you do this today? Do you do this with your feelings? Do you do this with yourself? Do you try to bound up stuff, throw it down that dark pit and say, "I don't need those feelings right now"? Exactly. The Lord sees us. The Lord knows us. The Lord wants us to release those burdens and those fears and those things that we have inside to Him and to give Him glory, because He is the one that is the Good Shepherd, will fix, will heal, will protect from all things. It's just that sense of control that we think we may have. And in terms, it harms us because those feelings are still there. Before we go on though, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read over this? How does it make you feel and what does it make you think?